So what's up, guys? Craig Mack here, Liberty Valve Beekeepers. I'm at a friend of mine's place. They got a couple of hives here, and this hive here I was actually gifted. Someone was moving out of town. They needed to have the bees removed, and I went and got it. So it's a 10 frame setup, deep, 2 medium supers, all the frames, bottom board, entrance reducer. Now, I have a feeling that these bees were dead when I picked them up. I haven't seen anything by way of movement in here. These bees are dry and dead. Now, I could be surprised, and there's bees alive and well in here, but... Hey, Patty.
How are you?
I'm well. And that was Patty. She owns the place. So, like I was saying, I think these bees were dead when I picked them up. This was my last freebies of 2020. I picked them up very late December. So let's take a look and see what we got here. I don't have my tripod with me, so we'll do this old school, leaning up against the brick. And I'm still going to be kind of cautious here. Now, one thing about this hive, which they kind of went a little crazy here. They put this styrofoam on there, which is fine as an insulation, but it doesn't cover anything. And as you can see, the bees just chewed through it and built comb on the lid anyway. So that was really doing nothing. If I was going to put foam on this, I'd put it on top of this and create that air barrier here. Think of it like an attic. You insulate your roof line, but your attic space is nothing but air, but your house stays warm because that's insulated too. It's just an air barrier. Air's a great insulator, but you got to isolate it from the colony. So here, we'll take a look. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Again, I don't think that there are any live bees in this. These guys, I think, were pretty hands-off beekeepers, judging by the amount of wax on everything. But this, might have been built up going into fall. These are all plastic frames, mostly as it looks. Mostly plastic in this super. And it felt heavy, and we got a super full of capped honey. Great resource to have come this spring when I'm making my splits. I'm still recording, am I not? Yes. When I'm making my splits. Now this honey came from the Fairmount section. Yeah, this whole box is completely drawn, completely capped. Again, another super full of capped honey. They put it away, that's for sure. Probably another, I don't know, 25, 30 pounds, maybe more. It's good. So, got a lot of empty frames here, and you can see the last stand of the bees over on this side of the brood chamber. Normally I don't do this so recklessly because there's usually bees that are alive in here, but this box is completely dead, so not at all worried about it. This colony next to it's a swarm I caught. I can't remember where that swarm came from, but they were doing real well, and they've been very busy so far this spring. And the intention is to take this box and transfer the bees from this one into it and create a nice honey harvest in this yard. It's a nice area. There's a state park close by with this arboretum, and there's a lot of flowering trees, and we're close to the river. So there's a lot of pretty good natural forage in the area, which is good. Again, that's pretty full. Crystallized honey, capped honey. Again, a little bit of capped and crystallized honey, not much. But, you know what, this colony dying out, this gives me a whole mess of resources to work with. And, you know, I'm usually would try to scrape all this propolis and collect it. But I'm not overly concerned with gathering much from this hive. Old dark comb. That's probably the nuke that it came in. The wax from the nuke. And so here's an example of a starter strip. They just put a ruler in there, waxed it up. And it did a pretty decent job. They built that frame out pretty nicely, pretty straight. Again, they have some kind of starter strip in there. Looks like just a piece of wood waxed. And again, foundationless frame, pretty good shape. So when I picked this up, I kind of looked it over, and there wasn't any activity at the time. And although it was winter, some brood, dead brood, there was no activity at it. So I knew kind of going in that I wasn't concerned about the bees themselves being alive and well. But the equipment itself is a valuable resource. You know, I'm not a plastic cell foundation guy, but, you know, if it's free, it's for me. So we're getting to the bottom here. You can see screed bottom board just completely covered in bees. And the last of the last were on this frame, and they didn't make it. So free bees, dead bees, but a lot of great equipment, probably 30 pounds, maybe more honey. And a box ready to go for the spring. So take the good with the bad. You're going to lose bees, it happens, but they're going to leave you back a lot of things that you're going to be able to continue to use and continue to keep your bees going. Thanks for watching, guys.